obvious replacement for Adam Chera?
No. At this stage, I think Crowden will come into the side. He was our medical sub last week. He came on, did some midfield minutes in the second half, and we thought that gave us a good mix. So he'll come into the side, and we're still working out our medical sub.
Are you at much of a loss there with Adam not being in?
Oh, absolutely. I think he's shown his ability in the contest is really strong, and his ball use is going to another level this year. So, yeah, we're going to miss him, but we think we can change the team around and try and limit the damage.
Josh Tracy hasn't set the world on fire yet. Do you back him in?
Yep. Yeah, we'll back him in. He missed some opportunities last week. His leading patterns could have been a bit better to give him to create more opportunities, but it was always going to be a slow burn for Josh. He's coming from a fair way back. Didn't play a lot of footy last year with the COVID situation in Victoria. So, we'll just keep plugging away and keep teaching him and keep trying to give him some opportunities.
Just need a bit of confidence.
I think sometimes when you're playing with some senior players, playing at AFL level, you need to come outside of yourself and demand the footy a little bit more. So he's working really hard at his game, and we'll give him another opportunity. And hopefully he can lead with a bit more authority and demand the footy a bit more.
To go with him again, Justin, you obviously quite like the idea of going tall.
Yeah, I think it's working okay for us at the moment, and just with Rory going into the ruck, Josh needing a break, you actually only got 2 talls down there for probably half the quarter, if not longer, and then during that period gives us a bit of an opportunity to put Fyfe forward, and so we're liking the mix at the moment. We've still got to defend Optus a little bit better. We defended really well last week, but we haven't defended Optus as well as we would have liked at times, so that's our challenge this week, to see if we can do that.
Are there any other injury worries out of last week's team, or are you just thinking the one change?
The one change, unless someone pops his head up. We're back in the form of the last couple of weeks with a consistent side, and back the players in that played well.
Was there any temptation to bring Darcy Tucker in after the home week?
Yes, there was. Just because it's a reoccurrence. He hurt his hammy second up last time, so we'll just give him another week at Waffle on reduced minutes, or on higher minutes than last week, and just probably slow the build up a little bit. As I said to him, it's about making his body resilient so that he can get through the rest of the season.
And how close is he? Is he if he plays well this week, is it a chance for next week, or are you sort of?
Yeah, he's a chance for next week. We've got to get through this week first and weigh that up, see how the team performs, those type of things. There's no guarantees, but he'll be ready for AFL selection next week.
Where's Josh Valenti at?
Luke. He had a really good pre-season. Hurt his calf towards the end of the practice matches. Probably time frame's not perfect here. But then had a bit of general soreness on his first game back. So it's just been a bit of a slow build back from that calf. Played a game in the reserves 2 weeks ago, played league footy on the weekend. It's just going to take him a little bit of time to get real confidence in his body, get his running back up to speed. And we the biggest thing for Luke at the moment is to play consistent football at whatever level. And looking forward to him stringing a few games together. So he's back now. He felt he'll take a lot of confidence of what he produced on the weekend, and he just needs to keep backing up those performances.
If he stays injury-free, is he a chance of playing AFL this season?
Everyone who stays injury-free and performs really well has a chance to play. We've got a lot of water to go under the bridge before we get to that stage, though.
Justin, 3 home games in a row. Can you try and cash in on this little block?
I haven't really looked past this week, to be honest. We've got to get past North Melbourne. We'll worry about whoever we face after that. It's really important that our players stay focused on week to week. Don't get ahead of ourselves. It's a tough industry. Every game's tough, so we need to put all our efforts into this week.
Without thinking about it though, can it work to your advantage just to players not travelling for that period?
It helps. And you always look forward to the extended period at home. But we just need to make sure we focus in all our attentions on the areas that need to be focused in on, and that's preparing for North.
And the Len Hall match is always something special to draw on as well?
Yeah, it is, and especially this year, it's the 25th anniversary of the Len Hall game. got a lot of pride in this game as a football club and what we commemorate. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to seeing all our fans there to support us on and support what goes on before the game. It's really special.
Justin, you'll leave Sam Sturt in the waffle to try and build a bit of form for a while.
Yeah, he's got some real clear focuses for him. Yeah, and like I said last week, probably forced to bring him in off the back of some injuries to other forwards in that game he played at AFL level. I'm really confident he's going to play a lot of footy for us in the future, and he just needs to perform well and be ready for an opportunity when it presents.
And what are you wanting to see from Longmuir before he gets another go?
We'll probably just need to see him in different roles. He's got a lot of potential as a deep forward, but it's hard to play deep forward all the time at AFL level. He's got the tools to be able to play up the ground a little bit more, so we'll explore that, and just probably the more the contest and team defence stuff that he's done really well in the past. He just probably hasn't had the opportunity through injury over the pre-season to work on that. So just some consistency in those couple of areas.
Do you still think he'll play a fair bit of senior footy?
Absolutely. Yep.
North Melbourne winless. They're at long odds to win this game. How do you handle being such red-hot favourites?
We handle it by preparing the same as we have all year. Really process orientated, respectful of what the opposition can bring. North Melbourne have been improving week in, week out. It's not easy to go down to Geelong and be ultra competitive, which they were last week, pushed Geelong all the way. And we're in front of Adelaide 2 weeks ago, and Adelaide were in front of us at three-quarter time, and they were actually in front of Adelaide at three-quarter time. So we've got respect for what they're trying to do. We understand that they're improving week in, week out. So we're ready for them.
Ask us with the utmost respect for Stephen Hill, but where's he at, and has there been any discussion about him retiring during the season to free up a spot in the mid-season draft?
Absolutely not, no. He's had some hamstring issues, soft tissue injuries that he's had in the past. We feel like we're on the right track with that. He's had a really slow 3-week build to be able to reach the period he's at now, and now we'll be able to ramp it up a little bit quicker. He's got about 6 weeks ahead of him of work on the track to be able to get himself ready for matches, and we're really confident if he can keep ticking off the boxes, he'll play some footy for us this year.
So you think he still has a role to play?
Absolutely, yep.
Joel Hamling, he's about 2 weeks away, you think. What's his build-up look like to returning to play?
Well, usually you need 2 full weeks of footy training with the main group before you're right to resume. I'd expect him possibly to come back through Peel. I think one thing we're finding it's tricky this year is that to bring guys straight back into the AFL side, the game's quicker. The game's takes a lot of effort this year, especially early part of the year. And we've probably seen that Griffin Logue came back, was a little bit rusty early, even having played a Peel game. So Joel will probably his build has started. We expect him to come into main training either next week or the week after, and we'll just have to wait and see how it looks from there. But he'll probably come back through Peel. Yep.
Justin, how's Griffin Logue pulled up, and what did you make of your back line with him in it?
I thought it gave us good flexibility with the other tools down there, and Luke Ryan and Brendan Cox. It allowed them to play their role. I thought he's a little bit rusty early, but by the end of the game, he was really assertive with his body work and positioning and his intercept marking. He's pulled up really well and ready to go again.
So is Logue likely to get the top dog each week? Is that his role?
I think in the future, Griff's got great ability to play on tools and smalls and be really flexible for us in the back line. Whether it's him on the best player every week, Brendan Cox has shown he can do that. So, it'll be a week by week thing. Yep.